So we're going to do a quick little video on how to do this paint job. Okay, I'm doing a tutorial on the burnt paint job that I've done on an old LMT. I figured I would do a tutorial on it. A lot of people seem to like that paint job. I really enjoyed that paint job. It's pretty simple. I'm not doing any real prep on this gun because it's going to be a temporary paint job. But normally I would clean off a bunch of old paint and then get into it with new paint. But today I'm just going to kind of hash it out. So first coat we're using Rusto Camo Deep Forest Green, and we're literally just going to lay down a base coat of that, and it's really not super complicated. A lot of people overthink painting. They want to make it perfect, they want to make it special, and don't stress that. Just paint the damn thing. If it doesn't work out, you can always repaint it. That's the beauty of spray paint, is that it's cheap, it's quick, it's a little dirty, and you can get some amazing results. So as you can see, I'm just kind of hitting all the angles here so that nothing's left unpainted. I'm kind of going underneath just to start on the bottom, and then yeah, so we got a base coat down, and we'll give that some time to dry, and then we will go from there. So I'm going to try and do this relatively quickly because nobody likes people taking up all their time with like tutorial videos and shit. After you do the green, normally I go to this Satin rustic orange, but as you can tell, that's pretty much empty. So I'm going to try something different, and I'm going to use this stuff, Satin fire orange. This is coming off as a little red, but we're still going to give it a shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this in like circles. So we're going to go like that, and then we're going to go over here, and we're going to go like that, maybe a little more, yeah, and then we're going to go over here and go like that. Then what we're going to do is maybe a little bit more, yeah. Then we're going to spray. We're going to grab our sponge, we're going to dab it, then we're going to dab off the excess, and we're going to kind of do this whole motion. And the reason why is because we are trying to marry these colors to one another, and in my opinion this is kind of the best way to do it. And on top of that, it kind of gives it a like an ashy effect almost. So yeah, get a little bit more. So yeah, just, and then kind of dab it all over the place around the circles that you've already made, right? Okay, now that that's dry, we're going to go with the Satin Warm Caramel. Same thing, literally we're just going to kind of go in a circle, try and cover up most of that orange, and then go from there, and same thing as before, make a puddle. Grab your sponge, getting a little gross on one side, so let's try another. And same thing. You can kind of hit up the same spots, because the idea again is to try and marry all these colors together to a certain degree, give that burnt, ashy look. And yeah, so just go nuts with it. This is one of those things that people overthink. You really don't have to. It's really not super complicated. Just have fun with it. Try different things. You know, at the end of the day, painting a rifle, or anything for that matter, isn't supposed to be a big to-do. It's supposed to be somewhat therapeutic. So, or at least that's the way I look at it. So yeah, if you run out, get a little more. Okay, moving on to the next color, we're doing Rusto Camo Earth Brown. Typically you want to give more time between these coats, but being that this is going to be a temporary paint job, I really don't care about the quality as much. So I'm just going to move right along, but same thing as before, you know, hit it up with the color and do the circles as much as you can. You're going to try and get all those colors together, and once you do, again, just another puddle, and then dab away. And once you're done with that, we'll move on to the last color, and then we'll get some shots of how it looks when it's all completed, which might be, I don't know, we'll see how long it takes. But again, just kind of hit up those areas so that you're getting those colors nice and blended. I got wasps out here, so I'm kind of like swinging away at those as well. Okay, now for the last color, we're going to use just Satin Canyon Black, Rust-Oleum. So almost all these, in fact, I do think all of these are Rust-Oleum colors. I don't stress so much about like the names when it comes to certain things like black and stuff, but as long as you're getting the right color, it really kind of doesn't matter. You could stop here. This actually doesn't look half horrible, but I like to add the black just because I really think it kind of ties together that burnt look that I'm going for, and really kind of helps to finish it off really well. So yeah, and then again, once you're done, we're going to make another puddle and get sponging away. Now I grabbed another sponge just because the other one was getting kind of gross, but same thing as before, just kind of hit all those little spots and really try and bring it all together. And yeah, it's really not that complicated of a paint job. So I know that we're at the end of the video, and I just said that it doesn't really matter what black you're using, but note to self, don't use this one. Satin Canyon Black. It left it kind of glossy, and so I used just flat black primer, which obviously this is hard to tell, but flat black primer, and it's a lot less glossy. It still looks like it, but I'm telling you, that other stuff was pretty wicked. But yeah, this is the end result, and yeah, it's not horrible.